Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Crossroads. I hope everybody is okay and doing quite well. The sun is out, everybody is out, out and about. Easter weekend, you're not getting really packed with all the Easter eggs that you're having. I had one earlier, that was delicious. I love chocolate. I've got a bit of a problem at the moment with chocolate. Um, anyway, so we supposed to have had Chris Dougherty on, but unfortunately he's having problems getting on. But also he probably wants to stay on his page. Does he want to stay on his page? All right. So there you go. So so what we're gonna do? I'm gonna carry on talking, and and talk to you about a couple of topics until he comes on. If he can't come on, then we'll arrange another time for him. But in the meantime, I want to talk to you about something that is close to my heart. Do you do you ever get to a time where that sometimes everybody around you, think that you are, what can I say? You are perfect, say. Do you get that point? Do you ever get to that point where people think you're perfect, and they always come to you saying, "Oh, help me with this and help me with that," and they always keep onto you all the time saying, "Oh, can you help me? Can you help me? Can you help me?" And do you feel like you're locked? Or do you feel that you're just pushed up against the wall, not getting no breathing space, and life is just kind of like treating you bad? Now you can't tell me none of you feel like that. It's difficult sometimes, isn't it, when we go through all that, isn't it? No. It's really bad, isn't it? Yeah, he's watching me, but he needs to come into the room. Um, Chris, um, what you need to do, mate, I know you're watching me, I can see you watching me. What you need to do, you need to come in and come in onto the link. If you could wait for around about 15 minutes or so, I could send you another. Well, what you do is you click on the link that I gave you. I've sent you the instructions too, how to do it. So I sent you the instructions to do it. If you give me about 15 minutes, I can go on to. I'll see what I can do about Facebook, but I haven't got a clue about that. I haven't got a clue, but I'll send you all the instructions and everything. I did send you the instructions and everything. You just click on the link. Anyway, so do you ever feel like you're pushed against the wall, right? And people are putting pressure on you, and you're thinking that, oh God, I just want that breathing space. Do you get me? But life is just, and people are kind of like putting so much pressure on you because you're thinking that, why don't you just go away and leave me alone? I need time for myself. And sometimes we can do that, can't we? Sometimes things happen, and we can, it's like when my mum passed away. I remember kind of like there was a time where myself had to be the head of the house, say. So my dad was still alive, and my dad's still alive today. But the trouble was, I was the person who was in charge of the house, and sometimes our parents keeps the house going, don't they? And and when you lose those parents, everything kind of like just falls out of place. It's a right mess, you know. And what I want to ask, why I'm mentioning this for is this: that sometimes we all need space, especially from everyday pressures and away from life, and because life can get on top of us really bad. Um, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to just hang around for a little while. If um, I can't get Chris on, I'll try something else. But I don't know what to say. I don't get many people don't have any problems with it. So anyway, while I'm waiting around, so I think I think sometimes we when things happen in our lives, sometimes there is a lot of pressure on ourselves to take over things. Have you ever been there when the people will say like if something happens in your family, right, and people will say to you, "Oh, this is your problem. You got to deal with it," and all this lot. Do you ever get that? Do you come to a point with that, or do you come to a point where sometimes you feel that you're backed up in the corner? You've got to keep shut, keep quiet, because you're afraid to offend other people. Or are you like me, where if I'm backed up into a corner, I try to kind of like talk myself out of it and say, look, what's the problem? What's the problem? What's going on here? Then kind of talk about it and try to solve it. But sometimes we get so depressed in life that when we get backed up into a corner, we can't find a way out of it because we get stuck in that corner and we're thinking, well, oh my gosh, I can't cope with it. And it's like mental health, see, it's like mental illness. It's like, when someone is suffering from mental illness, and then you got, like, if you're having a bad day and somebody comes up to you, or your mum or your dad or whatever, comes up to you, right, and they kind of like depression and everything, and all of a sudden they go, oh, do your room, tidy your room, do this, do that. And you feel like you want to bang your head against a wall or something because you've had enough. Do you ever get like that? Or do you get like when you feel like nothing seems to be going right for you and you feel, oh, well, I'll give up on life. Um, and you go into a time where you don't want to know anybody. You, uh, you go on Facebook or you go on other social media, and the nearest person you come in contact with you start to have an argument with them, or you start to be aggressive to them. Did you ever get through that? See, and I think what we need to do, I think some of us, like myself, I think we need to kind of like change our thinking and change the way how we react to other people. And when we're in the corner, we need to look at ourselves and say, why are we backed up in this corner and how can we get out of it? And that's like life too. How can we find our way out of this corner? If we're backed up, how do we get out of it? Anyway, I'm going to see if I can get Chris on another platform. In the meantime, I'll see you later on. Bye bye.